Hi, this is Chris Davis of SlashGear and Android community, and this is the new Motorola Moto G. It's the company's new mid-range Android smartphone. And what makes the Moto G special is the price. It's $179, but that's for everything. It's unsubsidized. You don't have to worry about a minimum carrier agreement of 2 years. You get the whole phone for that. And for your money, you get a 4.5-inch 720p display with actually the highest pixel density, 329 ppi in its class. And it's a really, really good LCD panel. The viewing angles are great. The colors are bright, but not oversaturated like you sometimes get from an AMOLED panel. And it's a really, really good panel considering the price of the phone. Inside, there's a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core processor. It's one of Qualcomm's Snapdragon range, in the Snapdragon 400, in fact, paired with 1 gigabyte of RAM and then either 8 gigabytes or 16 gigabytes of internal storage. You can't actually upgrade that, however. There's no micro SD card slot, but you do get 50 gigabytes of free Google Drive storage for 2 years. On the back, there is a 5-megapixel camera with an auto HDR mode, LED flash and autofocus, and that will shoot 720p video. And on the front, you get a 1.3-megapixel camera, which will also shoot 720p video. Now, you might recognize the looks. It looks an awful lot like the Moto X, which Motorola and Google launched earlier on in the year. You get a slightly larger display, 4.7-inch versus 4.5-inch on the Moto X. But the actual resolution is the same, so you get a higher pixel density on the panel on the Moto G. Inside, you don't get LTE, but you do get HSPA+. There's Bluetooth 4.0, no NFC, but there's the usual sensors and GPS and GLONASS. And one of the things that you can do with the Moto G is take off this back cover, though there's no access to the battery. Motorola is saying you get all-day battery life, but you can't swap it out. And you can replace it with a variety of different cases. So Motorola has different cases with flip covers, which have magnets in them, so the screen automatically turns on when you open it up, turns off when you close it. And then there are kind of more regular plastic covers in a variety of different finishes, all kind of this nice kind of matte plastic. And then ruggedized covers as well, which have these kind of rubber seals around the top for those of you with an active lifestyle. So that's the new Motorola Moto G. It'll be $179 for the 8GB version when that launches in the US in January next year. There'll also be a 16GB version for $199. It's running Android 4.3, though Motorola and Google have said that it will have a KitKat upgrade at some point. So you will be on the latest version of Android. And there's no modifications to the OS. It's a clean install, which a lot of people have been asking for and are looking for, particularly especially if they're considering a Nexus device. And this is coming in. It's still cheaper than the Motorola Nexus 5, which is one of our favorite handsets around at the moment. So that's the Motorola Moto G. We'll have a full review of the US versions when they're available. Thank you very much for watching.